Once upon a time, beyond the hills, there was a small village. In that village lived a young butcher named George. He was strong, kind-hearted, and brave. People used to say there was no other man as powerful as him in the entire region. He could bring down a bull with his bare hands, without even using a knife. But what people admired most was not his strength. It was his gentle heart. One day, George decided he wanted to travel the world. He took leave of his parents and set out on his journey. For 7 days, he walked until he reached the edge of a dark, dense forest. He looked around, hoping to spot a fire somewhere so he could spend the night there. Suddenly, between the trees, he saw flickering flames. At first, he was afraid it might be the fire bandits, but in the end, he gathered his courage and went straight toward the light. There, beside the fire, sat an old woman stirring the embers. George greeted her. "Good evening, mother. May I stay here for the night?" The old woman replied, "You may, my son, but I must warn you, every midnight, demons come to my house. Whoever is alive here at that hour, they try to harm." George smiled and said, "Mother, I've wrestled down bulls with my bare hands. If I meet a few demons tonight, I won't be afraid. I just need a place to rest my head." The old woman muttered something under her breath, then picked up a lamp with her sharp, bony fingers and led George to a small room. She laid out a bed for him, closed the door, and left. George lay down to rest, but he didn't sleep. His eyes stayed open. As soon as the clock struck midnight, the whole house began to shake. The doors rattled, the windows trembled, and from outside came a horrible, echoing laugh. Suddenly, the door creaked open and a flying chest floated into the room. The chest opened, and out came a stick wearing a red cap, waving in the air and striking straight toward George. But George was no ordinary man. In a flash, he struck the cap. It rolled under the bed, and instantly, the stick lost all its power and hid itself. George quickly drew a cross on the door to keep the demons from escaping, then hid in the courtyard. When morning came, sunlight filled the forest again. Birds began to sing, butterflies fluttered, and the demons returned to their dark world. George went back inside the house, and what he saw there was hard to believe. In the kitchen by the fire sat a beautiful young girl, her eyes filled with tears, yet shining strangely. George asked, "Sister, why are you so sad?" The girl said, "That old woman who let you stay last night. She's actually a witch. She's kept me here as her servant, but she wants to make me a witch too. When I refused, she said she would burn me in this fire and turn my ashes into clay." Anger flashed in George's eyes. He said, "Don't be afraid. Today, this fire will burn not you, but the one who tormented you." Just then, the door burst open and the old woman returned. Her eyes were redder than before. She screamed, "Girl, have you decided? Will you become like me?" The girl calmly said, "No." The witch growled, "I ask you again, will you obey me?" The girl said again, "No." "For the third time, never?" The witch shrieked. "Then burn." She leapt toward the girl, but before she could touch her, George sprang from behind, grabbed the witch by her hair, lifted her into the air, and threw her straight into the blazing furnace. The fire roared, and the witch's screams echoed through the forest. After a while, all was silent. Only her ashes remained. George looked at the girl and said softly, "Now, this house is yours, and if you wish, mine too." The girl's cheeks flushed red. She smiled and said, "I've long been waiting for the brave man who would free me from this curse." Then they both went down to the cellar, where piles of gold and silver lay. They took only what they needed, left the rest for others, and returned to the village together. Sparkles the end.